Welcome. This is a summer service where you can show up whenever you like, have your coffee with the service rather than after it, and watch it in sections if you wish. The idea is to let you just be for about 25 minutes. Take a time out from all you do and relax with yourself and your thoughts. It's Labor Day weekend, a time to savor the last of the summer and think about work and its counterpart, play. How do we balance the two? How do we carry what summer gives us into the fall and beyond? Most of this service is a duel between work and leisure time, but gradually we'll move to the balance in our spirit that will carry us forward this fall. It's full of historical and personal memories for you to consider. In the end, it's about the gifts that life offers us and how we receive them. A heron knows how to be part of the natural world and has the patience to take from the world just what it offers. It's not work and it's not play. It is patience with what is. It's contentment. Robert Bly suggests that human beings have trouble being content in this same way. No one grumbles among the oyster clans, and lobsters play their bone guitars all summer. Only we, with our opposable thumbs, want heaven to be and God to come again. There's no end to our grumbling. We want comfortable earth and sumptuous heaven. But the heron, standing on one leg in the bog, drinks his dark rum all day and is content. When your work is a place where people fill up or get their cars fixed, the environment is dirty. How you make it both work and home is up to you. But the effort to bridge your work and the rest of your life makes a difference in how people see you. This is Elizabeth Bishop's filling station. Oh, but it is dirty. This little filling station, oil-soaked, oil-permeated, to a disturbing overall black translucency. Be careful with that match. Father wears a dirty, oil-soaked monkey suit that cuts him under the arms, and several quick and saucy and greasy sons assist him. It's a family filling station, all quite thoroughly dirty. Do they live in the station? It has a cement porch behind the pumps, and on it a set of crushed and grease-impregnated wickerwork. On the wicker sofa, a dirty dog, quite comfy. Some comic books provide the only note of color, of certain color. They lie upon a big, dim doily draping a tabouret, part of a set, beside a hirsute begonia. Why the extraneous plant? Why the tabouret? Why, oh why, the doily? Embroidered in daisy stitch, with marguerites, I think, and heavy with gray crochet. Somebody embroidered the doily. Somebody waters the plant, or oils it maybe. Somebody arranges the rows of cans so that they softly say, "So, so, so, so," to high-strung automobiles. Somebody loves us all. It's so true that all the fancy toys in the world aren't as wonderful to a child as a big cardboard box or a stick picked out from all the others on the ground and turned into a writing implement for the dirt. Play is simple, and if you just let it be what comes naturally, it will be play. If you insist on it being educational in the modern sense, it becomes work. Rabindranath Tagore knows we all wish to play like children, long after our lives become serious work. Child, how happy you are sitting in the dust, playing with a broken twig all the morning. I smile at your play with that little bit of broken twig. I am busy with my accounts, adding up figures by the hour. Perhaps you glance at me and think, what a stupid game to spoil your morning with. Child, I've forgotten the art of being absorbed in sticks and mud pies. I seek out costly playthings and gather lumps of gold and silver. With whatever you find to create your glad games, I spend both my time and my strength over things I can never obtain. In my frail canoe, I struggle to cross the sea of desire and forget that I, too, am playing a game. Work isn't what defines you. It's what challenges you to be more than just someone who makes shirts for a living. How you make work meaningful is a powerful thing. It stretches your seams and keeps you away from buttonholes that are only one size and shape. Here is Robert Pinsky's shirt. The back, the yoke, the yardage, lapped seams, the nearly invisible stitches along the collar. Turned in a sweatshop by Koreans or Malaysians gossiping over tea and noodles on their break, or talking money or politics, while one fitted this arm piece with its overseam to the band of cuff I button at my wrist. The presser, the cutter, the wringer, the mangle, the needle, the union, the treadle, the bobbin, the code. The infamous blaze at the Triangle Factory in 1911. 146 died in the flames on the 9th floor. No hydrants, no fire escapes. The witness in a building across the street, who watched how a young man helped a girl to step up to the windowsill, then held her out away from the masonry wall and let her drop, and then another, as if he were helping them up to enter a streetcar and not eternity. A third, before he dropped her, put her arms around his neck and kissed him. Then he held her into space and dropped her. Almost at once he stepped to the sill himself. His jacket flared and fluttered up from his shirt as he came down, air filling up the legs of his gray trousers. light harp cranes bedlamite, shrill shirts ballooning. How wonderful the pattern matches perfectly across the placket and over the twin bar-tacked corners of both pockets, like a strict rhyme on a major chord. Prints, plaids, checks, houndstooth, tattersall madras. The clan tartans invented by mill owners inspired by the hoax of Ossian to control their savage Scottish workers, tamed by a fabricated heraldry. McGregory, Bailey, McMartin. The kilt devised for workers to wear among the dusty clattering looms. Weavers, carders, spinners. The loader, the docker, the navy. The planter, the picker, the sorter, sweating at her machine in a litter of cotton, as slaves in calico rags sweated in their fields. George Herbert, your descendant, is a black lady in South Carolina. Her name is Irma, and she inspected my shirt. Its color and fit and feel and its clean smell have satisfied both her and me. We have culled its cost and quality down to the buttons of simulated bone. The buttonholes, the sizing, the facing, the characters printed in black on the neckband and tail. The shape, the label, the labor, the color, the shade. The shirt. In this meditation, Thomas Rhodes reminds us that time counts out for us all the possibilities in life. Notice in his words that how you shape your life doesn't depend on your paycheck, but on your willingness to engage with life and enjoy the simple but necessary things that make it tick along. Within the space of an instant, you can make a first impression, show gratitude, kiss, change your mind, wipe away a tear, live and die. It only takes a minute to write a note, tell a joke, change a diaper, sing a song, or be still. Within an hour, you can share a meal, run an errand, make a cake, or make love, attend a parade, or balance your checkbook sometimes. It takes a day to paint a room, feed a crowd, visit relatives, read a book, rest. If you commit a year, you can write a book, plant and harvest a crop, become a parent, change your life. And with your lifetime and with your life, you can and you will change the world. Patience is waiting for the opportunity to work or play or do the things in life that make you the happiest. This is Philip Levine's take on patience and how love justifies all the patience you've got. We stand in the rain in a long line waiting at Ford Highland Park for work. You know what work is. If you're old enough to read this, you know what work is, although you may not do it. Forget you. This is about waiting, shifting from one foot to another, feeling the light rain falling like mist into your hair, blurring your vision, until you think you see your own brother ahead of you, maybe 10 places. You rub your glasses with your fingers, and of course, It's someone else's brother, narrower across the shoulders than yours, but with the same sad slouch, the grin that does not hide the stubbornness, the sad refusal to give in to rain, to the hours of wasted waiting, to the knowledge that someone ahead, a man is waiting who will say, "No, we're not hiring today," for any reason he wants. You love your brother. Now suddenly, you can hardly stand the love flooding you for your brother, who's not beside you, or behind or ahead of you because he's home, trying to sleep off a miserable night shift at Cadillac so he can get up before noon to study his German. Works 8 hours a night so he can sing Wagner, the opera you hate most, the worst music ever invented. How long has it been since you told him you loved him? Held his wide shoulders, opened your eyes wide and said those words and maybe kissed his cheek. You've never done something so simple, so obvious, not because you're too young or too dumb, not because you're jealous or even mean or incapable of crying in the presence of another man. No, just because you don't know what work is. When you are a child, it is hard work to pay attention to the rules and advice of the adults who care for you. It's always going to be that way. The enchantments of a wider world will entice you to play when you should be focused on being good, or at least sensible. Mary Oliver played in the outdoors all her life, embedding her spirit in the natural world. Don't you dare to climb that tree, or even try, they said, or you will be sent away to the hospital of the very foolish, if not the other one. And I suppose, considering my age, it was fair advice. But the tree is a sister to me. She lives alone in a green cottage high in the air, and I know what would happen. She'd clap her green hands, she'd shake her green hair, she'd welcome me. Truly. I try to be good, but sometimes a person just has to break out and act like the wild and springy thing one used to be. It's impossible not to remember wild and not want to go back. So if someday you can't find me, you might look into that tree, or of course it's possible, under it. We don't all dress for work in the same way. This poem by Jim Daniels is about the boots a man wears every day to work and how they shape themselves to him as he depends on them. Next to the screen door, work boots dry in the sun. Salt lines map the leather and laces droop like the arms of a new hire waiting to punch out. The shoe hangs open like the sigh of someone too tired to speak, a mouth that can almost breathe. A tear in the leather reveals a shiny steel toe, a glimpse of the promise of safety, the promise of steel, and the years to come. This honest reflection on how you spend your time at summer camp as a child tells us that we shouldn't let our play turn into the work of proving that we spent away time as it was expected we would. Billy Collins tells us that a gift isn't about creating it. It's about how it's given and received. The other day, I was ricocheting slowly off the blue walls of this room, moving as if underwater from typewriter to piano, from bookshelf to an envelope lying on the floor, when I found myself in the L section of the dictionary, where my eyes fell upon the word lanyard. No cookie nibbled by a French novelist could send one into the past more suddenly, a past where I sat at a workbench at camp by a deep Adirondack lake, learning how to braid long, thin plastic strips into a lanyard, a gift for my mother. I had never seen anyone use a lanyard or wear one, if that's what you did with them. But that did not keep me from crossing strand over strand again and again until I had made a boxy red and white lanyard for my mother. She gave me life and milk from her breasts, and I gave her a lanyard. She nursed me in many a sick room, lifted spoons of medicine to my lips, laid cold face cloths on my forehead, then led me out into the airy night and taught me to walk and swim. And I, in turn, presented her with a lanyard. Here are thousands of meals, she said, and here is clothing and a good education. And here is your lanyard, I replied, which I made with a little help from a counselor. Here is a breathing body and a beating heart, strong legs and bones and teeth, and 2 clear eyes to read the world, she whispered. And here, I said, is the lanyard I made at camp. And here, I wish to say to her now, is a smaller gift. Not the worn truth that you can never repay your mother, but the rueful admission that when she took the 2-tone lanyard from my hand, I was as sure as a boy could be that this useless, worthless thing I wove out of boredom would be enough to make us even. And now we get to the balance. How do you balance the necessity of working and your need for play? You remember that together they are your life, and you make your life what it will be. It's not how you spend your life that really matters. It's how you give your life meaning. You give it by giving and receiving. Shel Silverstein may write little books that are meant to be considered children's literature, but they are deep dives into the meaning of life. This is his famous The Giving Tree. Once there was a tree, and she loved a little boy. And every day the boy would come and he would gather her leaves and make them into crowns and play king of the forest. He would climb up her trunk and swing from her branches and eat apples. They would play hide-and-go-seek, and when he was tired, he would sleep in her shade. And the boy loved the tree very much, and the tree was happy. But time went by, and the boy grew older, and the tree was often alone. Then one day the boy came to the tree, and the tree said, "Come, boy, come and climb up my trunk, and swing from my branches and eat apples, and play in my shade and be happy." "I'm too big to climb and play," said the boy. "I want to buy things and have fun. I want some money." "I'm sorry," said the tree, "but I have no money. I have only leaves and apples." "Take my apples, boy, and sell them in the city. Then you will have money, and you will be happy." And so the boy climbed up the tree and gathered her apples and carried them away, and the tree was happy. But the boy stayed away a long time, and the tree was sad. And then one day the boy came back, and the tree shook with joy, and she said, "Come, boy, climb up my trunks and swing from my branches and be happy." "I'm too busy to climb trees," said the boy. "I want a house to keep me warm. I want a wife, and I want children, and so I need a house. Can you give me a house?" "I have no house," said the tree. "The forest is my house, but you may cut off my branches and build a house. Then you will be happy." And so the little boy cut off her branches and carried them away and built his house, and the tree was happy. But the boy stayed away for a long time, and when he came back, the tree was so happy she could hardly speak. "Come, boy," she whispered, "come and play." "I'm too old and sad to play," said the boy. I want a boat that will take me far away from here. Can you give me a boat?" "Cut down my trunk and make a boat," said the tree. "Then you can sail away and be happy." And so the boy cut down her trunk and made a boat and sailed away. And the tree was happy, but not really. And after a long time, the boy came back again. "I'm sorry, boy," said the tree, "but I have nothing left to give you. My apples are gone." "My teeth are too weak for apples," said the boy. "My branches are gone," said the tree. "You cannot swing on them." "I'm too old to swing on branches," said the boy. "My trunk is gone," said the tree. "You cannot climb." "I'm too tired to climb," said the boy. "I am sorry," sighed the tree. "I wish that I could give you something, but I have nothing left. I'm just an old stump. I am sorry." "I don't need very much now," said the boy. "Just a quiet place to sit and rest. I'm very tired." "Well," said the tree, straightening herself up as much as she could. "Well, an old stump is good for sitting and resting. Come, boy, sit down. Sit down and rest." And the boy did. And the tree was happy. The tree let the boy play and then helped him work and live more comfortably. The tree knew all along that the boy would never become a man who made himself happy. So the tree used the happiness inside its trunk and leaves to make the boy happy. It's a lesson to us, obviously. A happy life is a giving life, and that happy tree could be us. You don't measure love, you give it away. Work and play are the ways that single days pass. The gift of love is the work and the delight of a lifetime.